Hi everybody, my name is Dana Nahai. I am a registered dietitian nutritionist. Let's talk about food. Today I am talking about snack food. The ultimate question for a lot of us eaters is, what do we do in those hours between meals? They're going to tide us over, particularly in the afternoon, to get us through the evening, or maybe in the morning if you have a long morning at work, especially if you work out in the morning. So we're talking about a snack. We're talking about a smaller amount of energy from food than one we get from a meal. Okay, I don't really like to encourage people to count calories, but I want you to bear this in mind in general. Because if you go too long without eating, or you don't eat enough at a particular meal, or enough of a particular type of nutrient, let's say carbohydrate, or protein, or fat, you're going to get overly hungry before your next meal. And what that will cause a lot of times is for you to overeat food in between meals. Okay, so a snack can be a bit of a danger zone for particularly an adult who's finished with their growing, where you can overeat your calories. And if you overeat your calories in any given time frame, that's going to go into storage. And if you do this too often over time, it's going to turn into long-term storage, which causes inflammation, the potential of disease in your body. And so this is what, we're all looking to avoid. So let's start with the idea of what exactly is a snack, okay? It's meant to be a gap. It's not necessarily meant to be a meal, okay? So a snack is a small amount of food that you're going to eat between meals to tide you over, to keep your energy up, keep your brain or your muscles from being fatigued, whatever you have going on in the middle of the day. Okay, first and foremost, when you're considering for yourself or your kids, what are we going to be snacking on? The first consideration that I want you to make is that I don't want you snacking on foods marketed as snack foods. Oftentimes foods marketed as snack foods are really a disguise of dessert. Okay, there's too much sugar, there's too much sodium, and there's not enough fresh ingredients. Okay, it doesn't have the nutrient density that I'm looking for. So again, I don't want you focusing on calories, but I want you focusing on nutrient density. And that's where this idea of not snacking on snack foods, but snacking on ingredients gets really helpful. Okay, so what I'm talking about is nuts, okay? Preferably unsalted, preferably raw. I like peanuts, hard to find raw. Fruit, no surprise there, snacking on fresh fruits and vegetables. Also things like plain yogurt. I like to keep a deli container of boiled eggs in the refrigerator that I can grab out, especially if I've not been eating enough protein, because that's not exactly my strong suit, personally. For those of you that do eat a lot of meat, you're probably snacking on raw nuts and fruits in between would be better. So that's for you adults out there. Let's talk about kids. What do kids need to be snacking on after school? Well, the first thing that kids are going to want are fast calories, okay? And that's okay because they need the fast calories. They're completely depleted at the end of the day. If you're an adult watching this, you remember what it feels like at the end of the school day. Okay, and this basically goes for anyone under the age of 25, albeit you're not a child. By the middle of the afternoon, metabolically, you're going to have burned a lot more energy. And so when you are approaching the idea of a snack, you really want to consider it less of a snack, like granola bar, cookies and milk, something like that, and you want to consider it more like a small meal. Okay, where you're portioning out that meal, where 1/3 of the small meal is coming from a concentrated source of carbohydrate. That could be pasta, that could be rice, that could be sandwich bread, that could be tortilla. 1/3 of that snack is coming from a concentrated protein source. So that could be eggs, that could be beans, that could be leftover rotisserie chicken, anything that's concentrated in protein. It could be yogurt. And then the third, produce, okay? So 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 for a small meal for your afternoon snack. So the majority of us who are following, if you're doing what I want you to do, a balanced diet where breakfast and lunch have followed this plate model. I'm holding my phone, I can't show you. 2 hands side by side. Go back to the other videos when I was taping them on my computer. 2 hands side by side, half of it produce, quarter of it protein, quarter of it concentrated carbohydrate. If you're following that formula at breakfast and lunch, then your palm of your hand is your produce, and your fingers are either your protein or your concentrated carbohydrate. That's if you're an adult. For a kid who's coming home after school, they need a lot more food, okay? And so you need to make sure that they're getting the energy from carbohydrate. A great after-school snack for kids, pasta. A lot of kids love pasta, and I'm not talking about those things that you microwave, those mac and cheese boxes. Okay, fresh cut pasta cooked on the stove, tossed in olive oil, and fresh grated Parmesan cheese. If your child will like this, let them go at it, okay, multiple days a week. There's a lot of protein in the Parmesan cheese. There's also a lot of minerals. There's also a lot of lactobacilli, okay? So you're getting a lot from that fresh grated Parmesan cheese. We can talk more about snacks, but what I want you to take away from this is that a snack is meant to be a gap between meals to help prevent your brain and your muscles from fatiguing. So you want to focus on nutrient density. The best way to focus on nutrient density is not to be snacking on snack foods, foods that are marketed as snack foods, but instead to be snacking on ingredients, okay? Hopefully that gives you a little food for thought going into the weekend, going into the work week. I'll be back soon. Again, if you've made it this far into the video and you think it's been helpful, please give me a thumbs up or please share it with anybody that you think it might resonate with. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.